We got a run down Blue Hill Avenue, and the guy was laying on the sidewalk.
Oh.
We wrapped and strapped him in a stretcher, shipped him off to Boston City Hospital. The police show up at our firehouse about an hour later. The guy you shipped to the hospital was dead. He had a bullet hole in him.
Yeah, and they didn't even see it. They just
We got to
picked him
know
up.
the position of the body and all of that.
So you picked him up off the street in Blue Hill Ave?
It was actually...
well, wherever it was, the idea was they picked up a dead guy. They didn't know the
They took
difference.
a dead guy and shipped him.
Because they didn't see a bullet hole. Where today, you'd have, it's almost like a triage out there in the field. Because you have to be an EMT now to stay on the fire department. You have to be an EMT. You have to be certified. And back then, EMTs were brand new. And
I was an EMT. I started when I had to give blood to an orange. You give them, it's water in a syringe, but you got to be able to read the syringe for how many cc's.
So when did it start, the 80s?
well, no, it was actually earlier than that. And most of the innovations in the fire service start on the East Coast and work towards the West Coast. That's what happened. This was the opposite. If you remember the TV show Emergency, with the two guys in the pickup truck that would call on the radio, Rampart, and they'd say, what, give them 5 cc's of
I got something
P5
off
devil.
it. It's not involved in this. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
But all of that stuff came from the West Coast, came to the East. As a matter of fact, there was a young guy who stood up at a union meeting one night right here in this building and told the membership what was going to happen. And the union president from the podium says, we're firefighters, we're not doctors. Because what they were trying to do was put the EMS idea under the fire department banner. And the union said, no, 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 no. We don't
And I
want
was
that.
for it.
He was the one that stood up at the union meeting because he had seen the trend and knew what was going to happen. And he admitted before he died
Yeah, Mike
that
admitted he was wrong on
he
that.
said it was the worst mistake he ever made as a union president because the EMS in Boston now, that's done by contract. Those people aren't city employees. They work for another company and it's bid out on contract. But had they incorporated it originally the way they wanted,
we would have got more money to spend on whatever we needed to spend
right,
on.
because there was all kinds of federal money attached to it. And that's the reason I worked in public education for a short time, and we had an opportunity to get a $600,000 grant for public education, and the fire department didn't want it. They said, because if we take their money, then they're going to tell us how to spend it, and we don't need the feds telling us how to run the fire department. So it was that mindset, but it's since changed, obviously.